Nobody is going to respect you because you deserve it. This is the uncomfortable truth that most people spend their entire lives refusing to accept, because accepting it requires dismantling a belief that was installed in them before they were old enough to question it. The belief that respect is a natural response to goodness, that if you are kind enough, hard-working enough, honest enough, generous enough, the world will recognize those qualities and respond to them with the acknowledgement they merit. It is a beautiful belief. It is also one of the most consistently disproven beliefs in the entire history of human social interaction. Niccolò Machiavelli watched it be disproven in real time across decades in the highest-stakes political environments of Renaissance Italy. He watched genuinely good men be destroyed while genuinely ruthless ones thrive. He watched honesty punished and performance rewarded. He watched the gap between what the world claimed to value and what the world actually responded to. And he decided, with the particular courage of someone who had nothing left to lose, to describe the gap honestly. This video is built on that description, not because goodness is worthless, but because goodness without the psychological architecture that commands respect is a gift that the world will take without ever saying thank you. Machiavelli understood that respect is not an emotion. It is a calculation. When a person respects you, genuinely, durably, in the way that produces consistent deference rather than occasional acknowledgement, they are making a continuous unconscious assessment of the cost of not respecting you against the benefit of doing so. This calculation happens beneath conscious awareness. It is not deliberate. It is not cynical in the person performing it. It is simply the way human social hierarchies organize themselves through the continuous, automatic evaluation of who carries weight and who does not. The person who carries weight receives respect. The person who does not, regardless of their moral worth, their intelligence, their genuine capability, receives something that looks like respect in polite company and reveals itself as something considerably less in the moments when it actually matters. The dark psychology of value is the study of what actually makes a person carry weight in the eyes of others, not what should make them carry weight. Not what they deserve to make them carry weight, but what actually consistently produces the psychological experience of respect in the people around them. And what Machiavelli identified, what 5 centuries of human behavior have consistently confirmed, is that the weight a person carries is almost never a direct function of their actual worth. It is a function of how clearly and consistently they communicate their worth through the signals that the human social brain is wired to read. You can be the most capable person in any room and generate zero respect. If you do not know how to signal capability in the language that social hierarchies understand, and you can be significantly less capable and command a room's complete deference if you have mastered that language. This video is about mastering the language. The first principle of the dark psychology of value is that scarcity creates worth and availability destroys it. This is the law that operates in every market: financial, social, romantic, professional, with a consistency that borders on physical law. The thing that is always available is never valued. The person who is always there, always accessible, always willing to accommodate whatever is required of them, trains everyone around them to expect accommodation as a baseline rather than experience it as a gift. And expectations, once established, are invisible. The person who always says yes does not receive gratitude for their yes. They receive suspicion when they say no. Their availability has been so thoroughly priced into the relationship that its removal feels like a transgression rather than a boundary. Machiavelli understood this through the lens of political power. The prince who is too accessible loses the mystique that makes power legible to those he governs. But the principle operates with equal force in every domain of human interaction. Create scarcity in your presence, not artificially, not as a game, but as the genuine expression of a person whose time and attention are genuinely directed by their own priorities rather than by the demand of whoever is currently asking for them. The second principle is that people respect what they cannot fully read. Transparency, as a social strategy, is almost universally advised and almost universally counterproductive. The person who is completely transparent, who shares their thinking openly, who makes their reactions visible in real time, who communicates exactly what they want and why they want it, removes from every interaction the element that generates the most consistent respect in human social dynamics. Mystery, not the manufactured mystery of someone who is being deliberately withholding, the natural mystery of a person whose interior life is rich enough, complex enough, and sufficiently under their own governance that it does not need to broadcast itself to feel real. Machiavelli observed that the prince who reveals too much of his thinking gives his opponents the map of his mind, and the person who has your map can always find a route through your defenses. Maintain interior depth. Let your words be fewer and more considered than people expect. Let the space between what you show and what you are be something people feel without being able to close. That space is where respect lives. The third principle is that consistency of character under pressure is the single most powerful generator of genuine respect available to a human being. Anyone can appear capable in comfortable circumstances. The test that the human social brain runs unconsciously, continuously, on every person it encounters is not how someone behaves when things are easy. It is how they behave when things are not. When the stakes are real, when the pressure is on, when there is something to lose, and the easier path is visible, and the harder path is the only one consistent with who they claim to be. The person who takes the harder path consistently, who does not renegotiate their standards when standards become costly, who does not soften their position when position becomes uncomfortable, who does not become someone different under pressure than they were before it, that person generates respect that no amount of charm or achievement or status can manufacture. Because people are always watching for the gap between the person who is presented and the person who appears when the presentation becomes inconvenient. The person with no gap is the person everyone at some level is trying to become, and we respect most the thing we recognize as what we are reaching for. The fourth principle, and this is the one Machiavelli would deliver without softening, is that respect requires the demonstrated willingness to walk away. This is the principle that most people understand intellectually and almost nobody applies consistently, because applying it consistently requires the kind of interior freedom that is only available to someone who has genuinely built their sense of self-worth on a foundation that does not include the approval of the specific person or situation they are prepared to leave. The person who will always stay, who has too much invested, who needs this too much, who cannot afford the loss that departure would represent, has already surrendered the most fundamental source of their leverage, because leverage in any human interaction belongs to the person for whom the outcome is less necessary. The person who needs the job more than the employer needs them has no leverage in the negotiation. The person who needs the relationship more than the other person needs them has no leverage in the dynamic. The person who needs the deal more than the other party needs, it has no leverage at the table. And without leverage, respect becomes a favor rather than a response. Something given when the giver feels generous rather than something produced by the genuine weight of who you are. Machiavelli did not frame this as cruelty. He framed it as clarity. The person who knows what they will and will not accept, and who has demonstrated through past behavior rather than future promises that they will act on that knowledge, is not a cold person. They are a clear one, and clarity in human relationships is one of the rarest and most attractive qualities available, because most people are not clear. They say one thing and do another. They establish limits and then fold when the limits are tested. They communicate preferences and then accommodate violations of those preferences, because the discomfort of enforcement seems higher than the cost of surrender. Every time this happens, every time a stated limit is not held, the person watching makes an unconscious note, and the note says, "This person's stated limits are not their actual limits," which means their stated values are probably not their actual values, which means I do not actually know who I am dealing with. And the person you do not actually know is the person you never fully respect. The fifth principle of the dark psychology of value is that you must become someone who gives less than is expected and delivers more than was promised. This is the inversion of the pattern that most people operate from, and it is the inversion that creates the psychological experience of value in a way that the normal pattern never can. Most people, in their desire to be liked, to be needed, to be considered generous and capable and worthy of inclusion, overpromise and they commit to more than they can execute because the commitment feels good in the moment and the failure feels manageable in the future, or they give everything they have immediately, all their ideas in the first meeting, all their effort in the first month, all their warmth in the first weeks of a relationship, and then what? As the person or institution on the receiving end recalibrates their expectations upward and begins to experience everything that follows as less than what they have come to expect. Machiavelli understood that the perception of value is a function, not of absolute quantity, but of relative surprise. The person who gives less than expected and then exceeds what was promised creates a continuous experience of positive deviation from expectation, and positive deviation from expectation is the engine of perceived value in every domain of human interaction. The sixth principle is the one that most people find most confronting because it requires the abandonment of one of the most deeply held social beliefs, the belief that vulnerability creates connection and therefore generates respect. Vulnerability does create connection. This is true, and it is important, and it is not what is being challenged here. What is being challenged is the confusion between the vulnerability that deepens genuine connection with people who have already demonstrated they are worthy of it, and the indiscriminate vulnerability that is performed for social warmth in environments where it will be received not as an invitation to genuine intimacy, but as information to be filed and potentially used. Machiavelli was precise about this. The prince who reveals his fears to those who have not yet proven their loyalty arms his potential enemies with the most effective weapon available against him. The things you are afraid of, the things you need, the places where your confidence is thinner than it appears, these are not things to be kept from everyone. They are things to be shared only with the people who have already proven through sustained behavior rather than stated intention that they will not use what you give them against you. Until that proof exists, composure is not coldness. It is wisdom. The seventh principle, the one that ties every other principle together, and that Machiavelli would say is the foundation beneath all of them, is that you must build genuine value before you can command genuine respect. Everything on this list, the scarcity, the mystery, the consistency, the willingness to walk away, the management of expectation, the selective vulnerability, all of it is the architecture that makes genuine value legible to the people around you. But architecture built on an empty foundation is decoration. And the person who masters the signals of value without doing the underlying work of actually becoming valuable will produce a respect that is shallow, brittle, and destined to collapse. The moment the signals are tested against the reality they are supposed to represent, genuine value is built through the unglamorous, unseen, unannounced work of becoming genuinely capable at something the world needs. Through the development of skills that take long enough to acquire that most people abandoned the process before they complete it. Through the accumulation of knowledge deep enough that it produces insights that cannot be Googled. Through the cultivation of a character consistent enough that it does not require conditions to express itself, that is the same in private as in public, the same under pressure as in comfort, the same when no one is watching as when everyone is. This is the foundation. Everything else is the structure built on top of it. Machiavelli was not advising people to fake value. He was advising people who had genuine value to stop hiding it behind the social behaviors that were preventing it from being read. The capable person who overexplains themselves trains others to underestimate them. The strong person who performs weakness to seem approachable trains others to treat them as weak. The valuable person who makes themselves universally available trains others to treat their availability as ordinary. The work is not the performance of value. The work is the removal of the behaviors that prevent genuine value from generating the respect it has actually earned. When you eliminate those behaviors, when you build this scarcity, hold the composure, demonstrate the consistency, maintain the willingness to walk away, manage the expectations, protect the vulnerability, and do all of it on a foundation of genuine capability, something shifts in how the world responds to you. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but unmistakably. The conversations change. The dynamics change. The way people position themselves in your presence changes. The assumptions people make about what they can ask of you and what they can expect from you and what the consequences of disrespecting you will be, all of it changes. Not because you have become louder or more aggressive or more demanding, because you have become clearer, more real, more completely yourself in a way that leaves no space for the projections and assumptions and casual disregard that filled the space left by people who have not yet done this work. Respect is not given, it is produced. It is the natural output of a specific set of inputs: clarity of character, scarcity of presence, consistency under pressure, and the genuine willingness to protect what you have built by walking away from anything that does not meet the standard you have set for yourself. These inputs are available to anyone. They do not require wealth or status or physical dominance or the particular social advantages that make some people's paths easier than others. They require only the commitment to do the work quietly, consistently, without announcement, until the respect that was always the appropriate response to what you were becoming finally arrives. And when it does, it will not feel like a victory. It will feel like recognition, like the world finally seeing something that was always there, like the gap between what you are and how you are treated finally, permanently closing. This is what Machiavelli was pointing at. Not manipulation, not the performance of power for its own sake, but the alignment, complete, consistent, and deeply one, between the person you actually are and the signals you send into the world about who that person is. That alignment is the dark psychology of value, and it is the only foundation on which respect that is worth having can ever be built.